Okay, so these videos are kind of long, I'll admit that, but they're real world problems and real world problems take longer to solve. Okay, so this is an example about what surveyors do or can do. The subtense bar method is a method that surveyors use to determine a small distance between 2 points P and Q. The subtense bar with length B, okay, so that's B is right here, is centered at Q and situated perpendicular to the line of sight between P and Q. So the line of sight is that dashed line. That's the line of sight. So they sight from one point to another. You've seen them in the highway, with their, I forget what they call it, but the surveyor too. I think they're called secants, if I remember right. Anyway, there's a picture here. Angle theta, now angle theta is all the way across here, is measured, and then the distance d can be determined. Okay, now remember Q is halfway in between, so if you know what B is, then half of B is one side. So hopefully you can see the triangle here. So I'm just going to do the top part. So there's the triangle. Now I'm going to blow that up so that we can see it better. Okay, so this is half of theta. All right, we'll figure out what that is. And then this is half of b, or b over 2. Okay, so you have an angle here. We know theta, and we know b, so we know half of b, right? And then we're trying to find the distance d here. Okay, so that's what we're trying to find. So I know an angle. I'm going to figure out what that is on my calculator, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm doing 1/2 of, now here's the thing. Theta was measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds. So when you do this on your calculator, you're going to take 1 plus 23 divided by 60 plus 12 divided by 3,600. And then you're going to have to take that and you either multiply it by 0.5 or divide it by 2. Now, I put all this in my calculator and then I got an answer. And my answer was 1.3866, oh, a bunch of sixes and then a 7 down there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I had already hit enter. So now I put divided by, and it's going to say on my calculator ANS divided by 2. But again, you could just multiply by 0.5, it'd be the same thing. So I am going to go divided by 2 and hit enter. And I get 0.6933 and a bunch of threes, right? Okay, I'm trying not to like round off too early. We talked about that you don't want to round too early and stuff. Okay, now here's where we have to come up with, by the way, if B is 2.0, you divide that. So this is B over 2 is going to be 1.000. Now, when you're doing the calculations, those zeros don't matter, but our significant digits, that does matter. So our sig digs here, okay, you've got 5 here, you've got 5 here. You're going to need 5 significant digits, okay? But I'm not going to round off till the end. Okay, so I know what B is, and I know what theta is, or half of theta. And so what relationship is this for trig? You've got this over here, and you're trying to find this. Well, that's a cotangent, right? All right. So I have cotangent of 1/2 theta would equal d over, and then it's that b over 2, which was 1. You could just put a 1 there. So that would just equal, since b over 2 is 1, you could just say d. So cotangent, oops, not that, cotangent of 1/2 theta. Now, 1/2 theta is what I have in my calculator. It's this part right here. But how am I going to do a cotangent? Well, I'm going to do 1 over tangent, And then that's going to be the 1/2 theta, which is that this will equal d. So it's the same thing. How much room do I have? 1 over tangent, and it's that 0.69333. But it's easier if you just keep it in your calculator. So on my calculator, since I already have this in my calculator, I'm going to go 1 divided by. So let me go 1 divided by. And then I probably should open a parenthesis. I'm going to open a parenthesis. So I have 1 divided by parenthesis. When in doubt, put the parentheses in. Tan, T-A-N, and it opens a parenthesis. Then I'm going to do answer. Now to do that on my calculator, I have to hit the second function key, which is green on these yellow calculators, and then right above the negative sign, and it'll say ANS. And then I close that parenthesis, and I always like to close it again just for consistency. I'm going to hit enter, and I get, now I'm getting approximately, I got to have 5 digits, 82.634, and there's a 1 here, but I don't need that. It doesn't round up. So this would be my answer.